Hey, good morning, guys. This is John Phillips with John Phillips Plumbing Service. It's Saturday morning, and I wanted to do a little shop talk segment or a take on tailgate talk, but it's hot and humid and wet outside, and I'd rather not be out there on my tailgate. So, anyways, I want to talk to you today about some products that are on the market and things you can buy on Amazon or online. And when you look at the pictures, it looks pretty much exactly like what you're buying, that you think maybe you're paying too much for, which you probably are. I'm not saying that things are not overpriced, but this is going to be on basket strainers. So I went maybe a week or two ago, and I bought some of these deep basket strainers. And this one doesn't have a brass nut, but it's basically the same. The only difference would be that this would be a brass nut. And when I got the ticket, I was shocked to see how much they cost, at a supply house. It was like $22. And with tax and everything, by the time I got out of there for two basket strainers, it cost me $50. So I thought, wow, it used to be a lot cheaper than that. I could get these for like $14 or $16. That's a huge price increase. So I came home and I was like, screw that. I'm not getting screwed by these guys. And so I look online. And you can see this is another basket strainer. I'm going to refocus this. I hope I'm getting it all. But this is the one that cost $22 without tax at a supply house. They look almost identical. And the same height. This has a brass nut, which is, it looks good. I tell people, I try to buy good stuff, and I also shop, for best price, because man, I feel bad about, if I'm going to make a profit on this guy, I'm going to be screwing my customer, and that's just not what I'm about. So anyways, this I thought was very expensive, so I went to Amazon. I saw these. It looked exactly the same. Actually has a brass nut on it. And it was only $12. So I was like, yeah, I'll take 4 of them, And they came, and at first glance, it looked exactly the same. They side by side, there are just a few differences. And I'll show you. Basically, the shape of this cup on the bottom is different. This one is flat. So this one's got a little chamfer or bevel on it. They both have a term, which I never heard this, a scratch thread. It's basically not a cut thread, but this one has a scratch thread too. The one that cost $22. So if you look at these, they're very, very similar. The difference is negligible, really. It's different. This is the one from China. This is the one that's most likely from China too. But, there's a little bit of a difference with these. And what I found was that this one from China, these things I've used for years. They work great. I want to show you something. The problem with this one from China is that this nut does not thread on to the basket strainer when you have a flange tail piece with what I call a top hat washer. It looks like a top hat. Anyways, when you put inside this nut a flange tail piece with a top hat washer on top of that. There's literally no room left to thread this nut onto this waste, onto this basket strainer. And it's a real issue. So my point is, buyer beware. You know, even when these things arrived, I thought, wow, I got a good deal, you know, because I got 4 of them for the same amount of money as I got with these guys. That's a huge savings, man. The problem is it doesn't work. If I'll just show you when this is the one from China, the one that was 12 bucks. And when you engage this, you'll see, I'm going to count the times I turn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's tight. Okay? This is the one that I used to buy. And I'm going to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 turns. That is the difference between one that works and one that doesn't work. When you put this together, this cheap one, which I haven't tried to use a plastic nut on this. A plastic nut would probably work better, but there's a very subtle difference between the base of this strainer, the cheap one from China, and it's more rounded. It's not the same, and like I said, it is very, very subtle. If you look at these two, see this? There's no threads on the bottom. You see how where these threads, you can see the difference. And that's all the difference in the world, because even if you get this thing together, which I did, and I had already told the homeowner that it had a brass nut, so it was too late for me to like put a plastic one on there, because I already told the guy, oh, I buy the best shit, you know. And I try to, honestly, but in this case, looks are deceiving. I had to stick with the brass nut. The problem is I only had about 2 threads on this, and all it takes is somebody pushing a garbage can or doing something in the sink, and this thing's going to pop off. There's no doubt. So all I'm saying is, if you're going to buy stuff on Amazon or something that appears the same and it's half the price, go ahead and buy it. But don't buy 4 of them or 8 of them or 10 of them. Buy 1 of them. Get it home. Really do a side-by-side comparison. And literally, it took me not only just looking at it when it showed up, because it's a very nice strainer, man. I mean, there's no difference to the eye, to the naked eye, between these two. You can see how they changed it. It's a copycat, basically. You can see they make subtle changes. I think it's like 10% they have to change it. So the slots on the $22 one are bigger. The slots on the $12, well, actually this is the one that costs $22. The gasket's a little different. The look, you know, the button size inside is a little different. So they change it. They know exactly what percentage, so that they're not, you know, infringing on somebody's patent. And my point is, just be aware of what's going on out there. These guys are preying on us. And you can actually see this one. It looks like this is crooked on this cheap one from China compared to this one. It looks like this guy's not straight. And man, it just makes your job a real pain in the ass, man, when you put stuff together. And, you know, for me, when I put things together, I've been doing it long enough. I know the shit's not going to leak. And when I put something together and it's not right, I know it's going to leak. And I ain't got time to be doing shit 2, 3 times and playing with stuff that was just not engineered properly. So just pay attention. Go ahead and buy it if you think it's a better deal, and just don't buy a lot of them. Buy one, get it home, use it, and see, bring it through the whole evolution process of installing it, and see if it's a better product for less money, or the same product for less money. I mean, that's a huge difference to get 2 of these for $50 or 4 of these delivered to my front door the next day for $50. That's huge, man. So I just wanted to share that with you. I hope it's helpful. I hope you learned something, because prices are all over the place. Like I said, I've been doing this stuff for 34, 35 years. I did new construction. I used to buy cases and cases of this shit. And the price that I'm paying now is damn near double what I used to pay. And it's not justified. It's basically, we're getting gouged. And that's how I feel. It's been going on for a long time. Things have been going up and up and up and up. And every corporation in America is making a shitload of money. And they like to blame other people who have no control over it. We are a free market. And unfortunately, these Fortune 500 companies do not have America's best interest. Their fiduciary responsibility is to fucking screw us and make as much money for their shareholders as possible. And do a little research, you'll find that every major corporation in this country is making record profits right now. All the way through COVID, all the way through this first year of a new administration, with all the bullshit going on in the world. Russia is at war with Ukraine. Fuel prices are through the roof. But these guys, they make money every day, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent in our economy. Those guys are the ones you need to be concerned with. And this is just an example of how they're slimy. This thing is deceptive. It looks almost the same, but look, it's bent. It doesn't work. So just be careful out there. I hope this helps you. Have a great weekend. And I'm going to try. Got a lot of shit on my mind. I've been busy, and got an appointment on Monday with a patent attorney to maybe get some patents rolling on some tools that I've invented. And we'll see how that goes. But yeah, try out what's out there on Amazon. Don't buy too many. Buy one. Get it home. Use it. And if you think it's in your benefit to buy more, go ahead and order them up, Jack. That's all I can say. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you soon. Thank you.